Okay, I'm kind of looking for railroad dumps, and I'm kind of looking for a big creek, but I found this. This is the kind of places that they dump stuff in Alabama, but I don't see any evidence of anything, except a barbed wire fence. Okay, there's the creek. I've never been to it before, and it's way out there, and it's so hard to get to that even last time I didn't find it because I only walked 2 blocks, because the map says it's 2 blocks away, but it's really more like 4 blocks away. This looks really weird. There's so many palm leaves down there. I just don't understand it. There's gotta be bottles down here, even though it's kind of out of the way of town, but I don't think anybody would have thought to look over here. So let's go down there and have a look. It is a massive ravine, but the creek itself is rather small. I'm kind of surprised because from looking at the topo maps, I was expecting a 10-foot wide creek. Not a tiny one like this. So many embankments over here that have potential for dumps, and over here as well. I'm gonna have to check them all out because, you know, a $5,000 Coke bottle is certainly worth the effort. What a strange sight. This is kind of an odd creek. But as you can see, they have been dumping down there, but probably just new stuff. And that is about a 50-foot ravine right there. And the railroad tracks are right up here. So I'm going to go on the other side and check it out. Oh, I don't even think I can climb up the bank. It is way steeper than a 45-degree angle. I don't know how I'm going to get over there. Okay, we got another high embankment to go down. I mean, it's like 75 feet down. This is ridiculous. They could have literally dumped 1,000,000 bottles right here because of it being 75 feet. And it's at least 150 feet wide. And it's a double track. Yeah. And then as you can see, it's about 15 feet from the side of the track to the end of the bank. So they could have dumped bottles down here and covered them up with tons of dirt. So that's why I hate looking on railroad tracks. I just never find anything. But it looks pretty clear right here, but it doesn't look too productive. Okay, I decided to make the journey down here, and look what I found. I think that's worth some money. Yeah, I think I better bring this back. It's gotta be worth at least $25. Well, there's the creek. It really doesn't seem that likely to have bottles in it anyway, but there's a barbed wire fence here, and I guess that indicates it would be trespassing to go over there, so I don't really want to go down that embankment anyway. It is really about 60 feet high and steep as can be. Okay, found another ravine. It's kind of a lower one, smaller one, but it has some bottles in it. Not that old looking, but it's definitely a railroad dump. I wish I had my probe right now. Yeah, all these jars look like they're from the 50s. There's a bunch of bottles right here. But they are all too new. Why does this always happen to me? But it could go 3 feet deep. And obviously it'll go somewhat older, but probably not old enough to have the straight out of Coke. Okay, it's time to do some more creek walking because it's so much more pleasant than the other technique. I mean, creek walking is so easy and so fun. Okay, we got a bunch of junk over here. Coke bottle from Demopolis with the big embossing, but of course the top's broken. There's another broken one. I'm not even going to look at it. What about this? Well, there's a broken Coke, there's a RC, and here's something else. Whoa. That is a weird soda bottle. It's so tall. It's like an 18-ouncer. Well, that's a pretty old piece there. I don't know why that would be here, because there's so much new stuff. But there's an occasional old item that turns up over here. I don't really want to have to walk through this, but I guess it's possible. Well, it has changed dramatically. It's just smooth stone and really shallow and very unlikely to produce any bottles in here. But up on the bank there's a little bit of a dump. I see a cobalt blue bottle up there, but it's probably just some milk of magnesia, not even embossed probably, so I'll leave it. Okay, it's starting to normalize and turn back into sand and dirt, but we're getting to the end. Okay, a good looking sandbar area, and we have a doorknob, so that's a keeper. So much to look at. Another broken neck Coke bottle. And another broken Coke bottle, and another broken top one, and we have some kind of medicine, but it's plain, so I'll just leave it. Here's one on the high bank. Looks like Nesbit's. That's kind of unusual. A horseshoe. Was that from the days before automobiles? I just happened to look up at the bank to see if there's any trash hanging out, and there's several right there. Yeah, it's really steep, but how did they pack it in? There's a lot of glass over here. Well, not a lot, but you can definitely tell there's a dump layer here. Oh my god, am I glad I decided to look at the bank. I don't believe what I'm seeing. Is that a Demopolis soda bottle? It feels whole because I can't budge it. Oh my god. I gotta wash it off. It has some lip chips, but yeah. The Demopolis soda bottle that's well over 100 years old. was hoping to find one of these. It has a slug plate, and then embossing on the outside of the slug plate as well. Yep, that's a really nice bottle. It's blown in the mold. It's aqua. So even though it needs a crown replacement because it also has a crack going down to there, so I'll just saw the top off and put a new one on. There, let's have another look at it all washed up. I didn't even notice these on the way over. But they're from the 30s anyway, but they were coming out of the bank right here. And what is this? It's a late bottle. Interesting, no deposit. Okay, here's another thing coming out of the bank. Well, there's a bottle there, but these are always fun to find, but for some reason it's always the embossed bottom half and never the top half. Okay, what is this? Not quite old enough to be a corker. It's weird how it goes from such a mess to all of a sudden clean. Okay, we got a couple bottles showing broken, of course. This one might even be in 1915. And that is an extremely rare bottle. No, it's a Christmas Coke. But what do we have here? Looks like a Demopolis soda bottle. It is, but it doesn't actually have any embossing. Wait, the liquid. Oh man, that's a generic national brand. Looks like another Coke bottle with no top. But it's starting to get messy again. I mean, it's starting to get a lot glassier. Gotta slow down and take my time on this one. Well, we got a bunch of sodas. There's another one, and there's another one, and there's another one, and there's another one. But over here we got two milk bottles. Well, what's left of them, just the tops. I've never seen a Demopolis milk bottle. Come to think of it, I hardly see any embossed milk bottles from anywhere in Alabama. Strange. That's really wedged into this clay right there. I don't even think I'm gonna mess with it because it looks like just a clear jar. That looks really old. It looks like there's probably another Demopolis bottle. Now this is a loaded area. So much glass. But unfortunately it's all new. Well, mostly new. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, it's not whole. Pretty darn close though. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's from Columbus, Georgia, just like 99% of them are. Okay, there's a soda. I'm more interested in this one. No, it's just a Pepsi, but at least it's from the 50s. Sort of a combination of clear and dirty at the same time. Well, there's a whole jar. What do we got? A broken Try-Me. Would be good for making a drinking glass out of, though. Another Pepsi from the 50s. And what else have we got? Is that a base of a milk bottle? What do we got here? A jumbo with the elephant on it. Too bad that had to be broken because that was probably a Demopolis bottle because the elephant looks different on it than all the ones I've seen before.